Thank you for coming back in our solar systems. Today we are going to study about the solar charge controllers or regulators. As you can see on our board, we have gone far away. We have learned the solar panels. We have learned how the solar panel works, parallel, series, or series connection. We have learned everything about solar connections. Now, we want to see if we have put our solar panels on top. Okay, we have put now our solar panels on top. We want to go down and see what is the next step to wire in your solar systems. And this is our installing the solar charge controllers or regulators. As you hear the name charge controllers or charge regulators. Okay, what do they regulate? They regulate voltages or current. Regulation is making something smooth, okay? Making something smooth. Or controlling, that's their name. Or controlling is making something or controlling something. When it is coming too much, you control it. When it is going astray, you regulate it together. And this is a device which you are going to study about. It's called solar charge controller or regulators. Is a new topic in solar system. We have finished our solar panels. Now we are on our solar charge controllers or regulators. Okay, now we want to see, let me give you an example of our life. We are human beings. We have the heart, and when the heart is functioning, our whole system is fine and healthy. Okay. Now let us transfer this knowledge into the solar system. Okay. Now the solar system, it has its heart is the charge controller. Okay. As we are going to see its function, this charge controller is the heart of the solar system. All the solar system. As you can see on the photo here, I think you can see how it is in the middle. It is after the solar panels. Okay, it is after the solar panels. Then it goes to the battery or to the loads. Okay. Now this solar system. Let us go back to our small story. The heart of a man or a human being. If the heart is working well, our body system is working well. I can raise my hand, I can talk, I can sing, I can smile. You see? Now, I have the energy because the heart is working. Now, the same time applies to the solar charge controllers. Or if we get the whole solar system, its heart is the solar charge controller. Without this solar charge controller, the heart of the system will die. Like human beings, when our hearts stop, we shall automatically die. Now, the solar charge controller or regulator, what do we talk about this? What is this? You look at it there, okay? That is its image, how it will look like, okay? A solar charge controller. It has 6 terminals. Positive, negative from the panel, positive, negative to the battery, and positive, negative to the loads. Okay, as you see there. Now this device, let us define this device. Okay, they are saying a solar charge regulator is an electronic device placed between the solar panel, battery, and sometimes the load. Listen to this definition. A solar charge controller is an electronic device placed between a solar panel, battery, and sometimes the load. Okay? It is a device. Let me explain this to you. It is a device which is pressed between a solar panel. It is pressed around in the middle, a solar panel, a battery, and sometimes the loads. Let us see, that's why I told you it is the heart of the system. Okay, it is in the middle, as the heart is in the middle here. Let us see some illustrations. We say solar panel, solar charge controller is an electronic device. Okay, it is designed with electronic device. Once we talk about electronic device, we are talking about it is made from electronics, meaning it has capacitors, resistors, transistors, diodes inside it. Okay, as we shall come and uncover electronics as our next topics. Now let us illustrate this regulator. As you see it there, let me illustrate the definition. As it says, a solar charge regulator is an electronic device placed between the solar panel, battery, and sometimes the loads. Okay, this is our charge controller. I said it has plus for panel, then for the battery, then for the loads. Okay, this is positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. These are terminals. Now, it has a display, as you can see there. It has a display which shows that the panel has sent voltages to the battery. It indicates, and it shows a battery when it is charging. Then it shows the loads. The loads, they will put a bulb on it, which shows that is a load. Now, this is our solar charge controller or charge regulator. As they have said, it is an electronic device placed between the solar panel and the battery. Between the solar panel and the battery. Solar panel is this side, this is the charge controller, then the battery is this side. It is between the solar panel, the battery. And they say sometimes also is between also with the loads. This is our charge controller. Let us say this is our solar panel. This is our solar panel. Okay. Our solar panel has two cables, which is positive and negative. A positive will come to a positive terminal on the regulator. Okay. Even here on the regulator, they show you where the panel goes, the positive terminal of a panel goes. Don't short circuit the regulator by just fixing. There are symbols on regulator which shows that this is a positive for a panel, or this is a negative for the panel. Connect here a negative, connect here a positive. Then if they go to the battery, also they show the battery sign. Even on the roads, they show the load sign. The load sign, they normally put a symbol of a bulb. Okay. Now, even a positive, let us say this is a negative. Always first connect negative. Okay. In the negative is like in electrical, we first connect neutral. In solar, we have positive and negative. We first connect negative before you connect the positive. Okay. All your connections, you first connect negative. Now we are connecting a solar panel, a negative terminal, then a positive terminal. Okay. Always follow those connections. Negative first, then positive last. Like electrical, neutral first, then the one with power comes when you've already connected the neutral. Because if you connect live, when you haven't connected the neutral, once the live passes through anything electrical, power will go. Then power will shock you when you're connecting the neutral, the return, which is called the return. the same thing comes here. First connect the negative, then connect the positive, okay, as DC. That is the way you connect DC. Now, because they have said it is an electronic device placed in the middle, we have seen our solar panel. This is panel, okay. It is connected to the regulator. This is regulator, okay. This is our regulator. It has a display. Now it is going to show us that there is a panel connected. The next thing, connect your battery, okay. Before even we start connecting this, it is not advisable to connect a solar panel first, okay. As I told you that the solar panel is the last instrument or appliance to connect on the solar system. The first thing you need to connect, sorry for this, because I want to give you the true technical knowledge. We have our battery here. This is our battery. It has positive, negative. Let us put them here down. Then we have our load, which is the bulb. Also, it has positive and negative. Now, this is the regulator. This is what they have said. It is placed between the solar panel. It is here. This is the load. This is the battery. It is placed between the solar panel, which is here, and the battery, which is here, and the loads, and sometimes the load, which is here. So our solar charge controller is in the middle, okay. As they have said, it is placed between a battery, a solar panel, battery, and a load. It is just there. The first thing to connect in your solar system, the first thing to connect is the battery. Connect the battery to the regulator. That's the number one thing you need to know, okay. Now we connect, as I've told you, negative first, then positive comes after. In DC, once you're dealing with DC power or direct current power, you connect negative, then positive comes after. But when you the same thing when you're connecting in electrical, which is AC, alternative current, you connect neutral first, then the live comes after, okay, to avoid the shocks, okay. Now here it has our positive, negative for the panel, positive, negative for the battery, positive, negative for the load. It has 6 terminals to connect, okay. Don't forget this. The first thing to connect is a negative from the battery, okay. You connect a negative from the battery, okay. Let me hope you're mastering the way you connect your charge controller. Connect your negative on the battery, on the charge controller, and bring your positive. Tap. Your charge controller will show you that battery on this display. It will show you that I have seen battery. Battery is on, and it will read also the battery voltages. Okay? It will read the battery voltages on the screen, and it shows that battery is 12 volts. Okay? The next thing to do is to connect the solar panel. We connect our solar panel, a negative, it goes to the negative first, then positive comes to positive. Okay? The same thing we do with the loads. The loads these are loads, they put a sign of a bulb, but in actual sense, these loads, these are the TVs, the radios, the bulbs, the fridges, okay? But for the fridge, you connect on the battery. The bulbs, the TVs, you can connect them to the regulator, okay? The same thing you do, negative first, you bring your negative, then positive last. And this comes to the definition which they said, a solar charge regulator or a controller is an electronic device placed between the solar panel. It is between the solar panel, the battery, sometimes the load. The solar panel is between the solar panel, the battery, sometimes the load. And this is an illustration which shows our definition. And this is our charge controller. Never connect your solar system without a charge controller. Do not do that mistake. Never do that mistake in all your life. Okay? It is, I don't know how I don't know how I can call it. Okay? Unless you don't want your customer to enjoy his solar system which he or she bought. Okay? Now this regulator, we come, let's say another point which they have given us. They have said its main job is to regulate voltage and current. Its main job is to regulate voltages and current. Its main job is to regulate voltages and current. How do you regulate voltages and current? When voltages come, when the solar panel sends high voltages, let us say we want this battery is 12 volts. We want something like 15 volts to charge it. Okay? Now this panel will send 21 volts. Because if you measure, when you remove your terminals here, the terminals you measure, you might get 21 volts or 19 volts or 20 volts. But this battery, it needs 15 volts to charge. Because the battery is of 12 volts, okay? It will need like 15 volts. Now, this regulator, the use of it to regulate these voltages or current, the 21 will come. The 21 will come from the panel, and the regulator will regulate it as its name, regulator or controller. It will control the voltages, or it regulates it into the 15 which we need to charge our battery. Okay? Now, if the regulator is not there, the battery will get 21 direct. And you know, once the 21 comes, the battery will heat up and it can burst or it gets spoiled. That's why you see some batteries get swollen at sides. It's like they start swelling out like on sides, the battery cells. It is because the solar panel is sending direct voltages which is not regulated or controlled. Now our regulator, its main job is to regulate the voltages and the current coming from where? Coming from the solar panel to safely charge the battery, as I've explained. Okay? To safely charge the battery. It regulates the voltages and current. As we said, the voltages, when current is the flow of electrons. Now when the flow of electrons flows, the pressure which pushes that flow of electron is called the voltages or the voltage. Where there is high voltage, expect high currents. But sometimes there can be voltages when there is no current. That's why you can find a battery, you measure, you find 12 volts, But when you put your bulb, the bulb will not light because there is voltages, but there is no current. Okay, we shall come at that thing. Now, here the main job is to regulate voltages and current coming from the solar panel to safely charge our battery. Okay, and the use of this charge controller, as its name, solar charge. It is solar charges the battery, which came solar charge controller or regulator. This is the one. Now, my people, I give this advice to you technicians all over the world: Europe, Africa, America, Canada, Asia. This device, never install a solar system without it. If you want to fight with a client, try to do any solar system without it. Never and never and never do without a charge controller. Okay? Charge controller is too essential. It helps a lot in the functioning of your solar system. This is the solar system. The solar system has a solar panel. It has a regulator. It has a battery. And it has a load. And its main purpose is to regulate the voltages coming, or the voltages and the current coming from the solar panel. Without this regulator, our battery will be affected, and even our loads sometimes will be affected, because the panel sends high voltages and high currents, which will affect the battery. The battery will consume these voltages when it is not regulated. Yet the battery needs a regulated current or voltages. Okay? It is like someone can eat one plate. Now let me give an example to human beings. You can eat one plate. Okay? You can eat two plates. Okay? When it is not regulated. When you don't regulate, regulation is, I know I'm full. Or control is, I'm full. But if you don't control yourself, you can eat the third plate. And if you don't control yourself, you can eat the fourth plate. And if you don't control yourself, you can eat the fifth plate. Now, what happens when you eat the fifth plate? You know what happens. Yeah? The stomach will come, boom. You will not be able to move. You will lose your freedom. And this comes to the battery when you don't put a regulator. The battery, the solar panel, once the solar hits it, so for the solar panel will send voltages and current, because there is no control, and the battery will eat it. Battery will consume. Okay? Like the someone, you eat until they can even take you to hospital, or you can die. Okay? Even to breathe, you will not be able to breathe once you eat 5 plates without control. That's why if we live without this solar regulator, the battery will get no control, no breathe, nothing. The battery is complaining. Who can control me? The solar panel is sending a lot of power, a lot of voltages, a lot of current. No one is saving the battery. Okay? No one is saving the battery. The battery is complaining. The solar panel is saying, me, I'm giving you. My work is to give you. They installed me on the roof to send you voltages and current. The battery is complaining, please, sir, stop there. The battery will say, I have no control. My purpose is to send you. You find a way. Now we found a way. And we got a way of getting this electronic device, a regulator or a controller, a charge controller. Then solar sends power in the regulator, and the regulator will regulate that, my battery will need such voltages, not 21, it will need 15 volts for charging. Where the 21, where the 6 go? The 6 will be pending. Okay? or it sends that 6 another power to go to the loads, and that is the regulator. That's why it is controlling the system. That's why we call it the heart of solar system. People who don't use a regulator, you are misusing the system, or your system will not work for a long time. As we said, panel can take something like 25 to 30 years. Most batteries can take like 6. Okay. Now, during the day, this panel will send power to the battery without a regulator. Okay. And the battery was complaining. Now at night, it is a revenge. When you don't have a regulator, the solar is connected direct to the battery. What happened? Listen, this revenge. Now the battery will send back power. You see, the battery will complain. Battery will start saying, now it is my time at night, because at night the solar panel don't work. They are there open. Yeah? They are waiting for sun. The battery is the one working. Now the battery will send power to the load. You have not connected your solar charger or solar charge controller. The battery will send back power to the panel. And the panel will say, my friend, I'm not supposed to receive your power at night. My purpose is to generate current and voltages. The battery will say, I have no control. It is for me, my job is to deliver what I stored to all cables which is connected on me. That is the battery saying. Now the battery will send back the power to the panel, will send back to the power to our loads. That's why we found out that a regulator regulates this power which goes back. It stops it. It says the battery, no, don't send to my friend panel. Leave him alone to rest at night. And the use of it, that's why this is called the heart of the solar system. And this is why we have come up with the solar charge regulator or solar charge controller. And this is the definition. And it is the definition is an electronic device placed in the solar panel, between solar panels, solar battery, and sometimes the loads. And its main purpose or main job is to regulate the voltages, currents from the panel. That is the main purpose for this charge controller. And we can see, as we are going to see, its function. What are the functions? What is the use of this? But I have explained the use of the charge controller, but we can go small deep and we write something, because I want you to have some small notes about this. You master it, and these notes can help you to read in your free time. And when you're installing, go and read or watch the video and see what is the purpose, what is the function of a regulator. Okay, functions of a regulator. Let us have to see some of the functions of a regulator, so that we can know that this regulator is really useful to our system. Let us see the functions of a regulator.